Welcome back. Yesterday we set up this sermon on the plain, as it's often called in Luke. Very similar, most likely the same message as the Sermon on the Mount. As I mentioned yesterday, it's better called the Sermon on the Level Place on the Mountain. But besides that, let's get started. I'm going to read verses 20 through 26. And he lifted up his eyes on the disciples, and he said, "Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Blessed are you who are hungry now, for you shall be satisfied. Blessed are you who weep now, for you shall laugh. Blessed are you when people hate you, and when they exclude you and revile you and spurn your name as evil on account of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day and leap for joy. For behold, your reward is great in heaven, for so their fathers did to the prophets. But woe to you who are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe to you who are full now, for you shall be hungry. Woe to you who laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. Woe to you when people speak well of you, for so their fathers did to the false prophets." Notice the symmetry here. We have the four blessed statements followed by the four woes. And in the middle, there's a little extra, verse 23. We'll get to that in a bit. But the four blessed are those who are poor, who are hungry, who weep, and then those who are hated, excluded, and spurned. Their name is burned as evil on the account of the Son of Man, on the account of Jesus. In other words, those who are persecuted, who are mocked because of Jesus. Blessed are they, first of all. They are grouped together. And then, but woe to those, opposite of poor, those who are rich, for they have received their consolation. In other words, they have already received all that they're going to get. The poor will inherit the kingdom of God. The rich have their kingdom now. I think I'd rather have the kingdom of God. Blessed are those who are full, they will become hungry. Those who laugh, they shall weep. Opposite of the blessed who weep because they will laugh, and the hungry because they will be full. All of that you see kind of going from one way to the other and then back. Often we think people who are blessed are those who are rich, who are full, who are laughing, who are thought well of. But Jesus says, no, woe to them. Those who are blessed are those who are poor, hungry, weeping, and who are ridiculed. Why? Because notice what their fathers, the Jewish fathers, did to the prophets, right? They did the same thing to the prophets. And what did they do for the false prophets? They thought well of them. We are being more like God's people in the Old Testament, more like the prophets of the Old Testament, in finding the fulfillment to what we should do. So Jesus is encouraging the people, don't seek things of this world, but seek the things of God. That's a big theme in the Sermon on the Plain as we're hitting it. It really connects to Israel's past as well, doesn't it? It shows them, the people, that Jesus is connecting what he knows, the times there, to the times and what's happened there, and how there will be a great persecution of his people. In the midst of our persecution, in the midst of our trials, rejoice. We will receive what God has in store for us, even though it might not seem like we will. Verse 23, rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. We don't do what we do for our reward. The point of this is simply this, that God will bless us. Even if we might not feel it in this time in a time of persecution or in time of trials, he will be with us, and he will guide us, and he will bless each of us. God bless. We'll talk more again tomorrow.